until late in the third quarter, you guys were struggling offensively in that frame. Second half in general didn't feel the same as the first half on that end. Did something change for you guys? What did you see as kind of leading to stalling on that end?
Yeah, I think we were just kind of slow. And every time that we're slow, especially defensively, it just somehow affects our offense. And so I think the thing that we just have to continue to do that kind of got us on the run we had before the last couple games was we were aggressive at the opposing attack on defense, and that led to easy transition buckets. That led to everyone being aggressive and on their front foot on the offensive end. And we have new players, and that's okay. But we just have to adjust, and we need them. We've faced a lot of adversity. But we should be used to that by now.
It looked like the Indiana Fever has lost another game due to Kelsey Mitchell. Guys, for this one...
The Indiana Fever are currently navigating a stormy stretch, both on and off the court, and internal tensions appear to be reaching a breaking point. Rumors have surfaced, suggesting that head coach Stephanie White and veteran guard Kelsey Mitchell may be shifting blame toward teammate Sophie Cunningham following a series of demoralizing blowout defeats. What started as frustration over poor performances has now evolved into a deeper issue, one that's exposing cracks in the locker room and sparking debate across the league. At the center of the firestorm is Cunningham, whose recent comments and on-court frustrations have drawn intense scrutiny in the wake of a heated matchup. Cunningham openly criticized officiating, alleging blatant favoritism toward rising WNBA star Paige Bueckers. This wasn't her first public jab at officials. Cunningham has previously been fined for similar remarks, and league insiders believe another penalty could be looming. Rather than dying down, the controversy has amplified, dragging both the player and her team further into the spotlight. Fan reaction was swift and divided. Supporters praised Cunningham's candor, arguing that her outspokenness highlighted ongoing issues with officiating standards. Others saw it differently, accusing her of dodging accountability and adding unnecessary fuel to an already unstable environment. Within the Fever organization, her remarks reportedly stirred unrest. Already struggling with inconsistent play and injury woes, some teammates and staff felt Cunningham's statements only deepened the team's challenges. Instead of rallying the squad around a shared frustration, her outburst seemed to create more division. Then came another firestorm. Off-court comments Cunningham made about WNBA expansion when discussing potential new franchise cities. She appeared to dismiss certain locations such as Detroit and Cleveland as undesirable, while praising cities like Miami and Nashville for their lifestyle appeal. The comments were quickly picked up by media outlets and criticized by fans, particularly those in the cities she seemingly disparaged. The backlash was swift. Social media erupted, and even other teams got in on the criticism, most notably the Los Angeles Sparks, who posted a viral dig that turned Cunningham's comments into a league-wide meme. Attention shifted away from her gameplay and toward her growing reputation as a polarizing figure. Internally, murmurs began about dissatisfaction among veterans, particularly Kelsey Mitchell and even Coach White, regarding Cunningham's growing list of controversies. As the Fever attempts to salvage their season, unity and focus are critical, but distractions continue to pile up. One flashpoint that drew widespread attention was a physical altercation during a game against the Connecticut Sun, where Cunningham took a hard elbow to the head during a fast break. The lack of a foul call drew outrage from fans and analysts, who saw it as an example of inconsistent officiating. Oddly, Cunningham, typically quick to express frustration, remained composed, which many interpreted as a sign of resignation. Fans were furious, but some began to question why her teammates and coach didn't speak up in her defense. Their silence was seen by some as a lack of support and further evidence of division within the team. It raised uncomfortable questions. Was the Fever locker room fractured? Were key players and staff distancing? The Indiana Fever are currently facing a storm of internal challenges that's raising serious concerns about the direction of the team. With a string of heavy losses and behind-the-scenes tensions escalating, the organization appears to be on the verge of unraveling. At the center of the chaos are head coach Stephanie White, veteran guard Kelsey Mitchell, and fiery forward Sophie Cunningham. What began as on-court frustrations has now reportedly spilled into the locker room, with speculation growing about finger-pointing and fractured relationships. The turning point came after several tough defeats where emotions boiled over. Cunningham's post-game comments calling out what she described as blatant favoritism from referees toward rising star Paige Bueckers sparked heated debate across social media and sports circles. While some praised her honesty, others criticized her for stirring up drama rather than taking responsibility. Cunningham has had prior incidents involving officiating critiques, which earned her league fines earlier in the season. Her continued outspokenness may be earning her supporters, but it's also painting a target on her back, both externally and possibly within her own team. Fans quickly took sides online. Some saw her as a voice of reason, unafraid to speak out against perceived injustices. Others viewed her comments as divisive, believing they distracted from the team's poor play and fed into a narrative of disunity. Internally, sources suggest that not everyone within the Fever camp was supportive of Cunningham's public statements. With the team already struggling to find form, her outspoken approach may have only deepened internal fractures. Instead of uniting against officiating concerns, the locker room reportedly became more divided, and the controversy didn't end. Their Dodd Cunningham further inflamed things with remarks about potential WNBA expansion cities, implying that certain markets like Detroit or Cleveland lacked the appeal of lifestyle destinations like Miami or Nashville. The backlash was immediate. Fans from those cities felt disrespected, and media outlets quickly seized on the quote, painting Cunningham as out of touch. Her teammates and coaching staff were notably quiet during the fallout, adding fuel to rumors of growing dissatisfaction behind the scenes. Some fans began questioning whether the silence from Mitchell and White was a sign of quiet disapproval. Tensions continued to rise after a particularly physical game against the Connecticut Sun, where Cunningham took a hard hit to the head without a foul being called. The no call sparked outrage, but her relatively calm reaction seemed to show resignation, possibly hinting at a deeper frustration with the league's treatment of her. Again, her team didn't come to her defense publicly. As speculation swirled, reports emerged of possible rifts between Cunningham and key team figures. Video clips from a team meeting suggested that the atmosphere was anything but united. While no one made direct accusations, body language told its own story. Mitchell and White appeared clearly frustrated, and Cunningham seemed tense and defensive. Following yet another blowout loss, rumors of private conversations between White and Mitchell blaming Cunningham for defensive issues and late-game struggles began circulating. Although unconfirmed, these reports added to the growing perception that the team was splintering from the inside. Cunningham, despite her leadership qualities, has increasingly become a focal point for criticism. For a team already struggling with injuries and inconsistency, internal friction could be the final blow. Stephanie White's leadership is now being closely scrutinized. Critics argue she's failed to control rising tensions or inspire unity during a critical part of the season. Mitchell, meanwhile, has been inconsistent on the court despite taking on a larger leadership role in Caitlin Clark's absence. With the Fever still clinging to playoff hopes, these distractions couldn't come at a worse time. A team at war with itself rarely succeeds, and without a dramatic turnaround, the Fever may see their postseason ambitions slip away. Worse still, the issue may go beyond this season. If trust among players and between players and staff has been broken, the long-term health of the franchise could be in jeopardy. The Fever's current predicament isn't just about wins and losses, it's about the very foundation of their team culture. As the season reaches its most crucial stretch, all eyes are on Indianapolis. Can the Fever regroup, repair the cracks, and reclaim their identity? Or are they on the brink of a total collapse that could have consequences far beyond the court?